Meeting of the Audit, Finance, and Administration Committee to order. Members of the public are advised that our meetings are webcast live by the City of Hamilton and temporarily archived on the City's website. Other individuals and the media may also be audibly or visually recording the meeting. First on the agenda is changes to the agenda. Mr. Clerk, are there any changes?
Mr. Chair, there are no changes to the agenda. May I
please have a motion then to approve the agenda as presented? Councillor Pearson and Councillor Johnson, all in favor? Carried. Second, declarations of interest. Are there any declarations? Seeing none. Third, approval of the minutes of December the 8th, 2015. May I please have a motion to approve the minutes of the December 8th, 2015 meeting? Councillor Johnson and Councillor Pearson, all in favor? Thanks. 4.1. Delegation has been there is a delegation request from Shekar Chandrashekar. This is respecting the scope of the external audit of Hamilton Police Services, and it is for today's meeting. Is Shekar here? Great. However, Shekar, just hold on 1 second. What is the committee's wish respecting item 4.1? Councillor Pearson? Actually, there's a note in my script that I should read out. As this matter deals with the 2016 budget, this delegation may be referred to the February 9th GIC Budget Committee, where public delegations will be heard between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. However, we do have the option of hearing it today. Councillor Pearson, were you indicating to speak?
Mr. Chairman, could I ask Shekar what he'd like whether he'd, in his opinion, that would be more appropriate? Good morning, Shekar.
Mr. Clerk, I believe that's appropriate if Shekar speaks into the microphone.
Absolutely.
So, Shekar, I'm just going to ask a question. So the chairman has the suggestion on the roadmap that you make presentation on what day is it, Mr. Chairman? Sorry. The 16th of February?
The possible GIC budget meeting to which this could go is the February 9th GIC. However, we do have the option of hearing it today. And
Denny, yes.
If I can just clarify. So this delegation request came in and Mr. Chandrashekar requested that he speak at this meeting. But there is also the option where most will be speaking is the February 9th GIC budget meeting, because that's when public delegations respecting the 2016 budget will be heard. So This could either be referred to that meeting or you can hear it today.
So to the committee members, I would ask the question, do we have a motion to approve this delegation and hear this today?
I still had the floor. I wanted to ask Shekar if he feels that would be appropriate, that he makes presentation at the public delegation section before all of council on the 9th of February, did you say, Denny? On the 9th of February. Would you feel that more appropriate than just speaking to us today on this?
Whatever you say, Councillor, my thing is one and the only thing. I have written up to avoid any confusion or any...
Just speak into the microphone, Shekar. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, through you to the Councillor Pearson, I would do as you and the committee decide. No problem with that. My main function is simply there are certain issues faced with. Police service get over $154 million. They seem to be doing in isolation.
Okay, if I may. Yeah. Sorry, Shekar, just before you launch into some of your arguments, I'll just say the following. Mr. Clerk, tell me if I'm trespassing on any rules I need to be following. I am happy to vote to hear Shekar's presentation today. He has come prepared to present. So if there is a mover and a seconder for a motion to hear the delegation, I'm happy to support that. If it's the will of the other members to not hear this and instead request that Shekar go to the February meeting, that would be fine too. So I'll look for an indication from the other members of the committee.
Well, Mr. Chairman, if I still have the floor,
please.
My suggestion was only in the aspects of efficiency. Is there's only 4 of us here today, 4 of 16 members of council, and if I understand, Shekar has worked very diligently and very hard to gather this information, to make presentation. I really think it would be most appropriate, and he's agreed to have it before all of us on February the 9th.
All right,
I'm not trying to slight him here today, but we're going to walk away and say, well, thank you very much, because I don't know what else we can do as 4 council members on audit and finance. So I would make the recommendation that he comes before the public delegation on February the 9th.
All right.
Moving it. Thank
Moving
you.
it. All right then. And do we have a seconder for that motion from Councillor Johnson? All right then. All in favor of this particular motion to hear it in February? Shaker, thank you so much for coming today and being
No
ready to
problem,
present today.
Chairman.
I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And we'll hear you out in February.
Okay. May I say,
And you know what, Shaker, if I could just say this, Mr. Clerk, I'd like to echo Councillor Pearson's point. I think your presentation will have more impact when we have more councillors here to absorb the
absolutely,
arguments.
I would be delighted to do.
Great.
In the meantime, may I say one thing for 30 seconds? Mr. Mail walked in with his laptop. I give you a center where this 2 million can be reduced so that councillors will have a comfort feeling.
Got it.
And that one, I would ask Mr. Mail to report to you.
Okay,
And center police budget 37,
great. So
6135, there are 2 accounts, 51706 and 51807.
Okay.
Those are budgeted, not a penny has been charged.
got it.
That's all.
And Shaker, I'll look forward to speaking with you after the meeting. If you're free to remain, I'll speak with you after the meeting, and we'll look forward to hearing your full argument in February.
I would be
Thank you so
delighted,
much, Shaker.
and thank you.
Great. So we'll move along then. Welcome to our 2 councillors who've just joined us. We've just cleared item 6. We've moved on to item 7. There are no presentations. And moving on to item
if I may.
8.1. Pardon me, Denis?
Sorry, we just have to deal with the consent items. We should be on number 5. The first
Oh,
was
excuse me, I
delegation
jumped ahead.
requests.
I'm very sorry. You're absolutely right. We have not dealt with 5.1, a treasurer's apportionment of land taxes. Thank you, Councillor Johnson. Seconded by Councillor Pearson. All in favor? Great. Now item 8.1, City of Hamilton Ministry of Transportation 2015-2016 dedicated gas tax funding agreement. Are there any questions or discussion with respect to item 8.2? Councillor Pearson is moving it, and we have a seconder in Councillor Pasuta. All in favor? Thank you. Moving along, item 8.2, 2016 interim tax levy and temporary borrowing bylaws. Are there any questions or discussion? Thank you. Moved by Councillor Ferguson and seconded by Councillor Pearson. All in favor? Carried. Wonderful. Item 9 on the agenda. I'm aware of no motions. Item 10, are there any notices of motion? I don't see any indications. No general information. Private and confidential, 12.1. May I please, so we can go into camera if anyone deems necessary, though that probably won't be necessary. May I please have a motion to approve the closed session minutes of December 8th, 2015 as presented? Councillor Pearson is moving it and Councillor Pasuta will second it. All in favor? My goodness. Wowie zowie. My first meeting as chair. Thank you very much. Motion to adjourn. All in favor of adjourning? Carried. Thank you very much. Is there a crater? All email roads. Wow.
That's a record in. Good morning.